pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
What's going on, everybody? Your man Eric Wilson in for the Sports Arena. Happy holidays to you. Yes, it is the last Sports Arena of 2024 for a Monday night. And with week 17 pretty much in the books, I know a lot of you are tuning in to watch this man right here. Jared Goff faced Brock Purdy, Detroit versus San Francisco. But to all y'all that love me and are thankful, appreciate y'all being with me here tonight on the show. Like I said earlier today, typically I have a litany of things to talk about, but tonight there truly is only one thing to discuss, and I'm going to do my best to give you not one, not two, but three perspectives on how I see this one situation. And that situation is very simply this. With the 2024 NFC East champs going into week 18, one man by the name of Saquon Barkley has the opportunity to break a record that has withstood 40 years. And the question simply is, should Saquon Barkley play against his former team, the New York Giants, on Sunday? That is the question. So first off, let me show love to Saquon, because him doing what only 8 other men have done in the NFL, let's give the brother his flowers. The 2000 Club is not something that is just easily attained, because for many years, many running backs have tried to reach just this level of hitting 2,000 yards in a single season. That list, starting in 1973, is O.J. Simpson, Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, Jarrell Davis, Jamal Lewis, Chris Johnson, Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry, and now Saquon Barkley. So let's take a moment to recognize the greatness of the running backs over the span. Now, in 1984, Eric Dickerson set the single season rushing record, and he did it in 15 games. I mean, this man epitomizes greatness. When you think of running backs, Eric Dickerson is one of the first names that should come out of your mouth based on what he did. We have an opportunity to see it finally, after 40 years, get broken. But the question is, with Philadelphia pretty much, as I said, sewing up the NFC East, they are locked into that number 2 position going into the postseason. Should Saquon Barkley play? Now, let me give you my first perspective. And that perspective is the perspective from the business side of things. All right. Here is a man who came into the league in 2018 and played for an NFC East opponent, the New York Football Giants. I still, to this day, think, in my opinion, that was the worst draft I ever had to watch, because, and I blame Cleveland. This is one of the reasons why I still say Cleveland is not relevant, because Cleveland, you had the opportunity that year to take Saquon number 1. And you went out and got yourself a quarterback, knowing that Saquon was right there. You had the means, the motive, and the opportunity. And what did you do? It was like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So when you did what you did, I immediately was like, you got to be kidding me. Because I knew with the number 2 pick, which was then held by the New York Football Giants, what was going to happen. The running back from Penn State that I had watched, I knew that they were not going to miss that opportunity. And what happened? Sure as gun shooting with the number 2 pick. The New York Giants select Saquon Barkley. I had to see him twice a year. Twice a year. And the offense ran through him. It didn't matter who the quarterback was. When Saquon hit the field, you knew this brother was going to truck over everybody. And I was just like, really? This is what we're doing? This is truly what we're doing? So let's fast forward. Finally, Saquon got out of his contract and came to Philadelphia. Giants, I still to this day say, we thank you. If y'all ain't got the check yet, trust me, it's in the mail coming, the edible arrangement, the flowers, whatever. But we thank you for what y'all have done. But getting to the business side of it, Saquon did not come to Philadelphia to set a record. Saquon came to Philadelphia to make a statement. And as great as this young man is, he is still one of the most humblest guys you will ever meet. You have seen that this entire season. Saquon has not allowed the moment to be too big or too small. He has maintained his position. He is about doing something special with this Philadelphia team, specifically with the offense led by Jalen Hurts, having A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, Calcaterra, Jahan Dotson, and the offensive line with Johnson and Mailata and Dickerson and Jurgen and everybody in between. So, business side of it, Saquon should not play on Sunday against his former team. Because Saquon, again, did not come here to win a record or to set a record. He came here to win a ring. And the Philadelphia Eagles are in position to do that. So, as much as, and I'll get to the fan and also the fanatic in me, because yes, there is a difference. I have to say that if between now and let's just say Friday, head coach Nick Sirianni and Saquon Barkley should get together and strategize what is going to be best for both Saquon and for the team. Because here is what I don't want to happen. I don't want Saquon, and again, this is the business perspective, I don't want him to go out there against his former team and the Giants, who have nothing to play for, make the decision that they are going to prohibit him from achieving his goal, considering he went to an NFC East rival opponent and is having the success that he's having. Don't give the opposition any additional ammunition to make it where Philadelphia is not prime, poised, and ready to do what they have set out to do, which is to win their second championship in 6 years, 7 years. Let's make sure that everybody is aligned with what the mission is. Because last time I checked, the same thing is still the same thing. The Eagles have the number 2 seed. First round matchup right now is going to be against Green Bay due to Washington winning last night against Atlanta, which is a rematch of week 1 in Brazil. So we will see how everything pans out. However, that is the business side of things. When I come back, I'm going to give you the fan in me, how I feel about this situation.
Connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
Wanted this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra.
Welcome back into the Sports Room. Your man, Eric Wilson. Yes, on a Monday night. And so I just gave you my business perspective on the question as it lays before you here. Saquon Barkley, should he play this Sunday against his former team, the New York Football Giants, because he is 101 yards away from setting the single season record, which for 40 years has been held by Eric Dickerson. So now let me give you the fan side of me. This is not the fanatic side of me. This is the fan side of me. As y'all know, I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan through and through. The success that this team is having is, for most people, they just basically have set the standard. When you have Jalen Hurts at quarterback, adding Saquon Barkley this year, having the two-headed Gotham Knights on either side of the field, and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, having an offensive line that truly bends but does not break, and then on top of that, this Vic Fangio defense that has Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Reed Blankenship, I mean, Sidney Brown, Darius Slay, you have Zach Baum, you have this defense playing at such a high level. Oh, wait, let me not forget the guy who had not one but two interceptions yesterday. The very first one for a pick six in C.J. Gardner-Johnson. This defense plays on such a level that when they go out there, I think teams truly begin to slightly or have begun to understand the power that comes with playing a Philadelphia Eagles defense. Megan, I'm glad you chimed in and saying rest him. I am going to give you my fan side of things. And the fan of me is saying, I'll find the happy medium. Saquon knows he is 101 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's record of having the most yards a running back has rushed for in 40 years. You know the number. So you give him half. You give him the first half of the game. You have plays strategically set up for the offensive line to create space and let Saquon do his thing. I don't care if it's Kenny Pickett. I don't care if it's Tanner McKee. Shout out to him getting his first touchdown this past Sunday against Dallas. That was a thing of beauty. Thank you very much. What I'm saying to you is there is an opportunity to truly have the best of both worlds with regards to this. Saquon knows what the number is and knows what he needs to achieve. So you give him 30 minutes and say, here is your time frame. Get it done. If you don't, then it is what it is. Because we need you, because you are an integral part of this offense moving into the postseason. So that's why I say give him half. Give him the first half of the game. Now listen, the New York Football Giants yesterday, Drew Lock put up 45 points against the Indianapolis Colts defense. But the New York Giants defense allowed 33 points from the Indianapolis Colts and Joe Flacco. What that says to me is the New York Giants defense, get got. But let's look at Saquon. Let's look at his numbers from a running back position throughout this entire season. Of the 16 games that Philadelphia has played, Saquon has rushed for over 100 yards in 11 of those 16 games. So it stands to reason that he would be able to do 101 within a game. Now, some of these may have come in the second half, but there is a sense of urgency because you don't want to leave him out there for the entire game and have something happen. That is the fear that sticks in every Philadelphia Eagles fan's mind right now, who is saying you need to rest Saquon. You need to only play him for the half. Now, that is the fan in me because I truly believe that this is a high honor, one that he is ultimately very deserving of, taking nothing away from any of the other running backs in the NFL. But for a man who his entire time in New York, you knew if you stopped Saquon, there was a 65 to 70% chance you was going to win the game because he might bust one open. But if you were able to contain him, the wide receivers were good, not great. But the Giants just have not been the Giants of old. Let's call it what it is. Now you look at this year, his first year with Philadelphia. 109 against Green Bay, 95 against Atlanta, 147 against New Orleans, 84 against Tampa. Those were the first 4 games where there was question marks, where there was just people settling in. And I still say only having 3 preseason games did play a factor. Then against the Browns after the bye week, 47 yards. Here is where things began to really springboard, catapult, move forward. 176 against your former team, the New York Giants. 108 against Cincinnati. 159 against Jacksonville. Yes, 66 against Dallas the first time. 146 against Washington. 255 against the Rams. 107 against Baltimore. 124 against Carolina. 65 against Pittsburgh. 150 against Washington. And that, by the way, was a loss. And 167 yesterday in the rematch against Dallas. Saquon put up 176 the first time he faced his former team in the Meadowlands. You mean to tell me he won't get 101 on Sunday? And they're in Philly? I digress. Again, the fan side of it. All right. Taking the gloves off here. Y'all might want to just sit back because I'm going to do something to end 2024 that y'all pretty much already know is finna happen. This is the fanatic in me telling y'all how I feel, or what I feel, more importantly, should happen on Sunday and moving forward with regards to Saquon Barkley. So to end 2024, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you or remind you about Eric's rant.
Swung on and into the air to deep left center.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 end of the year rant by yours truly, Eric Wilson. As it says, going across the bottom, I'm just a loudmouth with an opinion, so whether you like it or not, here it goes. I am not going to sit here and sugarcoat this. Let's keep it very simple and plain. Should Saquon play this Sunday? Hell yes, he should. You know what? Saquon should get it all. This man has been way too humble. He's been way too conservative with regard to how he feels. I understand he wants to be about the team, but let's make one thing crystal clear. If there is any person in the NFL who, in my opinion, needs to get this award, it's Saquon Barkley. The Giants wouldn't even have been the Giants without him. Now he comes to Philadelphia and is 101 yards away from setting the record, breaking the record of Eric Dickerson. Listen, Eric Dickerson is a Hall of Famer. He set the standard. Saquon is the 9th guy to eclipse 2,000 yards. Not only should Saquon get the rushing record and eclipse Eric Dickerson, he should be the MVP. I know people are saying Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I get all that. But when you talk about the most valuable player, tell me, and no disrespect to Gainwell, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, or any running back that has come through Philadelphia over the last 5, 6, 7 years, but they were not on the level of a Saquon Barkley. So as far as I'm concerned, he should be the MVP. He should get this rushing record, break Eric Dickerson's record. Oh, and more importantly, should be a Super Bowl champion. Who's to say Saquon can't get all three? Who's to say he can't do it? Because the brother has it in him to do all that. He's on a team that is in contention, the number 2 seed, to get to the promised land, which is in New Orleans. Because as far as I see it, whether it's Detroit or whether it's Minnesota, whether it's Ford Field or we got to go up there and scold with everybody else, either way, Philadelphia is in a position to get to New Orleans to face whomever, Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, pick a team. So I'm saying to you, why can't Saquon get all of it? Why should it be, oh, he should only have this or he should only be able to get that? No. Break Eric Dickerson's record over your former team, because guess what? They didn't love you enough to keep you. On top of that, you should be the MVP. And then thirdly, go ahead and win yourself a ring. Get it all. That's the fanatic in me. And anybody who feels otherwise, as I always say, I ain't a hard man to find. I had to put it out there, ladies and gentlemen. I had to let y'all know how I felt about the situation. I gave you all three perspectives: the business perspective, the fan perspective, and then, of course, the fanatic in me, who wants to see this man not only do well, but excel to such a level that when you think of running backs, when you think of athletes in the NFL, and when you think of players who are just due, Saquon Barkley's name should be the one that comes to mind. Y'all tell me how you feel, but that is how I feel with regards to him on whether or not he should play this coming up Sunday. It has been a great 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I truly appreciate you. 2025 is going to be better than 2024. I truly believe that. So for myself and everybody who has helped create this wonderful show that is the Sports Arena, much love to all of you. Everyone have a happy new year. Week 18 begins on Saturday. And I will get you my thoughts on all those games as the rest of this week progresses. Everybody stay blessed. Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.